All right. Hello, 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 and welcome to a stream where I open the stream with a song that's been going through my head a lot. The opening theme to Metal Armor Dragonar, the best Gundam show that never had the name. All right. Completely unrelated with what we're doing except for the raw hype 80s of it. Because today, viewers, incidentally, welcome back to Mecha Mondays. I'm your pilot, Fragath. It occurs to me that I did not do my prescribed intro. Nice. This coffee is making my nose drip, which is just not a good sign. Alrighty, let's get this program running. Maybe it'll pick up the stream even. Wouldn't that be radical? The answer is yes. There we go. Yes! Science! Welcome back to Mecha Mondays. We're continuing our run through of Gundam Battle Universe. And now we're on 0083 timeline as the Federation, which means we're basically going to have a bunch of gyms, the entire run, the GPO-1 at some point, the GPO-1 Fulvernian way at the end, which is going to be our workhorse. And I don't think in all likelihood, we're not going to wind up getting the GPO-3 because that requires, I think, S ranks and beating the chapter. So that probably won't happen. But we will hope for the best. It's a mobile armor, so it's only space use anyway. So we will not be able to use it all that much in any event. But over the weekend, I was able to put in some scut work and grinding time. So I banged out the tutorial, except for these four, which are just kind of open areas, which grants me an extra 200 tune points whenever I first get a unit. And then I went ahead and S-ranked everything in 0079, which took a while. So I have such illustrious additions to the roster as the prototype Gundam, which has a Gundam hammer, a weaker beam rifle, I believe. Yeah. 384 versus 359. Yeah, weaker beam rifle, but it has the hammer, and it's super basically spins the hammer around a lot and kills everything in an area around you magnificently. We got the magnetic coating, got the G3, which is what I used to do the majority of that scut work. Because its super attack, it chucks a javelin, a big beam javelin, which, if you can retarget enemies quickly enough, can kill many enemies in one toss, and it kills them dead. So I used that to do a lot of the difficult clearing bits. I got the Unit 4 and the Unit 5, which are spacebound. The Mudrock, which is one of my personal favorites. Looks like a Gundam. Has cannons like a gun cannon. Moves like a Dom. It's pretty fantastic. The only thing that could make it better is if the 300mm cannon was its sub-weapon, not a secondary weapon. That would make it better. It is true. But as you can see, I haven't used it, but in this save file, but it's got 700 cost. Let me max that. That is just shy of being maxed. Never mind then. And there's some of the White Dingoes stuff that I don't have yet. Like there's a GM Sniper White Dingoes custom which I don't have, and that involves just, I think, running through like 5 missions with something. What is it? White Dingo. Yeah, you have to use the GM79, which is this puppy right here, 5 times, which I probably nearly have, but I also got the Blue Destiny Unit 3. You don't get the Unit 2 as a Feddy, um, because it's captured by Zeeks or whatever. Let me. Oh, also the full armor Gundam, which is a boss. It is boss. I prefer the Mudrock because of the Dom hover movement. Let me get the full armor equipped. Actually, I can equip the Blue Destiny on this guy, so I'll do that. There we go. And we'll just run through this mission real quick, and then we'll get to the 0083 stuff. So we have that hover movement, which makes us rather speedy. We got head Vulcans. Mostly it's just got really good stats, and it is very agile. It is a decent melee string. Ooh, did that hit its shield? Yeah. So white base is doing okay. As a result of doing this grinding, I wound up having a much higher SP stat, so I'm going to be gaining super gauge a lot quicker than I was. And its super is just spamming shit, which is great. And I'm going to tell my ally to do some work. I don't remember what the full armor Gundam does. Full armor Gundam is spec'd so that it'll work with space as well. The Mudrock, it should be noted, was much better in the older games in the series. Mostly, namely Gundam Battle Tactics, because there really weren't many other things that came up to it in tech level. As soon as you started getting like 0083 stuff, that kind of went by the wayside because you start getting some pretty high performance units there. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. The Mudrock is usually pretty good in every game it's in. It's pretty good here. If I had gotten it earlier by getting an S rank on the B route of Jaburo, it would have been really nice. But I think it is ground only. Like, I'm going to go to space here. Yeah, it's ground only. Whereas the Blue Destiny 3 and the full armor. Oh, I haven't shown off the Blue Destiny yet. I gotta do that. Set my ally as the... these two are space only. Oh, I can't do the Blue Destiny. Unless I do this. Come on. It's not letting me select my other pilot. Why? Oh well. This is fine. Whatever. We're gonna back out anyway. So we start off here like we started the beginning of 0083, where it's kind of a training sequence. And I'm going to boost some stats right out the get-go. They start us off with both a GM Type C and a Zaku 2, F2. And I think the F2 is the one we want to use. 69 damage versus 67, yep. And it's got both a grenade and a bazooka. We've got weapons for days. Weapons for days. We are kitted out. All this will go away as soon as we get like a powered GM, which is what we're going to be using pretty much the entire run. That and the GM Cannon 2. Which is, or Gun Cannon 2? I don't remember which. It's got the beam cannons on its shoulders. It's boss. It's pretty good. The only disadvantage is that this one doesn't really have a proper shield, but that's okay. So yeah, here we go. Off to the races again. Mobile suit on the sand. So this is in the wake of the 1-year war. We're bumming around Australia doing training exercises. You know, as Feddies do. We're gonna shoot at this guy a lot. It's basically a boss fight. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted to do there. Got him, boys. We got him. But our goal wasn't to kill him. We got an S rank anyway, which is good. Next area, and a power GM. Which is what we're going to switch to because it has better stats. Slightly less health, actually, I think. I think it's also got a melee super, which is kind of dubious, but it's got better machine gun. It's the same machine gun, but it just has better stats. It just does. It just works. And we've got a beam saber. I don't remember if these are ground bound or not. But I'm boosting up the health stats and defense and whatever that third one down is. I honestly do not remember. Let me find out. MS tuning menu. Mobility, which I think is just general movement. Movement speed. Yeah. Radar range is the third one up from the bottom. I thought it was the second one. Balance is this thing down here, and I don't care about it. I care about radar range. And mobility is good too. All these stats are okay. Stability, or balance, whatever it's called, is okay. Gundam Jack. Now we've gone back to our base in wherever it is. It's not Sydney, because Sydney is... Whew, Sydney is super dead by this point in time. Sydney has been colony dropped to death. Now we have a bunch of Dom Tropans attacking at night, and here we've got the... Oh wow, I don't remember the name. We're going to get some melee attacks in, because this is still early enough in the game that we can actually make melee attacks work for us. Later on, not so much. Oh, there we go. I'm also gonna be making sure a bunch of these missions. Albion, that's the name of the ship, the Albion. Uh-oh. And this individual. And we want to keep the GPO2 from escaping, which means I gotta get over there. Oh wow, I just let him have his way with me somehow. Not for did he just... That's not allowed. It's not allowed. I hope my ally comes soon and deals with this problem, because I'm about to die. His head Vulcans are pretty strong. How did he escape? Yeah, you better run. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to redo this one. I'm gonna get like a C ranking for this because I took way too much damage. There should be a Zamel showing up, I think. Power GM is pretty chunky, as you can see. It looks a lot more lithe in series, but it's a pretty burly boy. It's also like souped to the nines compared to the gym models that came before it in terms of internal specs. Alrighty. I'm gonna do a lot of those because we gotta move quick. Because there's this Kamusai, which I'm going to deal with in a moment. I don't think that's gonna hit him. It didn't. That did. This is another case where you kind of want to... sugar. Head Vulcan him to death. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe this is the part where the Zamel shows up. As you can see, we're killing things pretty quickly. Kill the Kamusai. Now you do... Yeah, here it is. Smack! Get out of here! You overgrown, monstrously effective artillery unit, which I'm rather envious of. The Zamel is quite good in this game. It is ground only, though, until you get the limiter removed. I got an A for it. That's not too shabby. I wasn't expecting an A. That, I think, is the GM Command variant, isn't it? Oh, the GM Type C. Never mind, I have no idea. I think it's got a shooting ultimate, or super attack, which makes it usable, but it is also space only, I think. I don't know why the power GM is only for ground use. That doesn't make much sense. I should probably also put more stats, at least into accuracy. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. On my bazooka, because the bazooka hits hard. I think that's range. Maybe this is range. I thought this was reload speed. But maybe this one is range. And I'm just remembering Macross too much. Yeah, because I can't do the Type C. I'm going to do this one over. And hopefully not get as eviscerated as I was before. And I think you can straight up kill him. Oh, I went to the next one along. That's just brilliant. That's fine. That's fine. No, I don't want to go for that one. I want to go for one of the distant ones. There we go. And I absolutely want to get kills more than I want to pick up crates. Ooh, Zaku Cannon's a problem. I gotta take care of that. Keep them coming. Oh, sugar, that's pretty close there. The one that's tough about this mission is that it is very much a timed proposition. You do not have a lot of it to work with, so I'm going to start getting more of these in there. Speed-wise, I'm stuck. That's what I am. Good, that did hit him. Oh, you know what? The hell with you. Get out of my house. You can, in fact, kill all the enemies and get all the crates. I just don't think that's going to happen with this run. Not what I wanted to do. Ah, you just blew up a crate, you idiot. Okay, well, I knew I was going to have to redo this one. It's fine. So there are some crates that you can't blow up. Those are good crates. Yeah, I'm going to at least get the crate out. I don't think I'm going to get all the kills that I wanted to. Okay, so that's going to be like a B at best. Still got a B, though. And now we have the better GM, which I think I can use now. These are thrusters, right? Yeah. The GM Custom, which is the real deal. I mean, this thing has stats. This is what we're going to be using a lot in this particular segment. Yeah, bump that up. Yeah, that's good enough. It's got a strong rifle. It's got a beam rifle, an okay beam rifle. It's not spectacular. 3-shot bursts. First thing I'll probably do is get it so that it's got an even 12. It's got a hyper bazooka that's okay. Mostly it's just its stats. It has a lot of solid stats. It is going to be what we're using until we get I didn't want to grab that mission. Um, I wanted to do the one before this again. I'm going to try taking care of these crates as quickly as I can. Because I think this might be one where you can get the crates and then you can farm kills. There are a few of those, and I can never remember which they are. Normally I like to do the ones that are far distant, but I also don't have anything like the XS right now. So speed is kind of a non-option. Of course, that machine is so fast that can actually be detrimental to problematic. Okay, let's go take care of this Zaku. Stop shooting. Stop shooting my thing. It's important to me. This is one of the harder container missions. There's one in the Char's counterattack era that's pretty obnoxious, but mostly because there's a lot of enemies to worry about. As you can see, it's not exactly the strongest beam rifle in the universe. I can't wait till we get to the to my run of the Xeon stuff, because that's where, oh my gosh, this just gets, you get so many good units. Oh, you just get so many units, really. Some of them are not great. Okay, let's start actually killing things. So we've got a ranged super, which is good. We've gotten all our crates without blowing them up, which is good. Doing our mid-air charge attack combo thing. And other than the Midia taking a pretty solid chunk of damage there, which is unfortunate. That's right, I don't have the accuracy anymore. Lots of bazooka shots, bunch of machine gun bullets. We're just going to do a couple of those in a row to take care of enemies. And we killed them. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that may not be an S rank, but it was pretty darn good. If it's not an S rank, I'm not sure what I missed. So yeah, you can see my SP stat. It's an A. What did I miss? Probably I took too much damage. Well, the Midia took damage, and that's probably the problem. I'm not going to worry about it for now. I am going to give this one another try. Actually, I'm going to get rid of those stats, and I'm going to put them into these. There we go. Yes, that is the mission I want to do. I'm going to give this one a try again. I don't remember what Krasnov's stats are at. This one again is kind of has high fudge factor due to the extreme damage output that the GPO2 has relative to what I can do to it in the same amount of time. Ooh, I keep missing. That's not great. Ugh. Oh, none of that's gonna hit. So he can tank this, no problem, as you could see. My difficulty is, oh, don't run away. Trying to chase him away, it's not really working. And he's hitting me a lot. Ah, I think I forced him into it. I may have to redo this one again at some point. I'll probably do it when I get the GPO-1, provided I get that soon, because this one's hard, and the GPO-1 at least has even better tools. Yeah, because I've pretty solidly muffed this one just by taking that damage. Oh no. And I don't have a decent beam rifle either. Beam rifles help. Bazookas can hit harder, and this one does. One of the biggest advantages this thing has is it has a gun that you just can shoot for days on end. There's so much ammo. I just ran right into that. Ooh. Zamel was not taking that. You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm going to keep moving through the missions till I get the GPO-1. How about that? Okay, that thing's going to come flying through. These guys are going to show up. I have to defend the Albion and do a few other things, which is not as easy as it sounds. Yeah, I'm going to bump up the stats on this thing. The Lost Troopers. This is the Desert Tropin that we just murdered mercilessly. So we have to defend the Albion. Oh, I hit this guy's friend. That's good. We use that to get some invincibility as he tries to shoot my ass. Albion has taken some hits. There we go. Perfect. Perfect little drive-by. Get down here, you. Got him. And we killed all the enemies, so the Albion doesn't even have to escape. So that's good. I don't think that'll be an S, but we did pretty good. See, that makes me think we left points on the table, and I'm not sure where that would have been. To get an A rank there, because we did pretty well. There's a ball. We will not be using that ball. See, one of these you get the GPO one from, and I think it's space capable. It's just not as good. And that's not great, because we need that. Maybe it's not an S rank, and I'm just misremembering. That would be good. Maybe it's later. Shoot. Whatever, we'll keep doing later missions then. Fine. So, for perspective, here's the ball. It has no stats. In fact, we can max out its actual basic stats with the points that we got. Its weapons, on the other hand, not so much. Okay, so this third one is reload speed. The one below it is projectile speed / range. So I've got to remember that and rejigger some of my loadouts later. So you can make this thing hit pretty hard with its cannon. It's deceptively good. But we're not going to be using it because we have a GM custom, and that is good. That is what is good. I should really put more stats into this puppy, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Oof, I'm getting some hiccups here. Okay, more defender rating. We've got a Rick Dom 2. Soon to be an X Rick Dom 2. We've got an FZ Fritz helm. We've got a Gelgoog Marine. This is where we start encountering them in spades, and they are pretty vicious because they get beam machine guns and the like, which are not pleasant. Ooh, good juke there. I think this might be where we encounter Seema. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, no. There we don't go. It is not dead. Doing okay. Yeah, this is where we encounter Seema, I believe, for the first time. She's a tough cookie. She has the danger. You tell him, you carrot-hating individual. Okay, so I'm gonna get my ally to super attack her. I'm nowhere near where I need to be in order to actually affect anything on her. That's good. So, I have the dubious pleasure of having to do that again. Gonna keep head Vulcaning her till she gets the message. Most of that missed. So this is where melee attacks start being less effective. Because things can dodge you a lot all the time, whereas before things simply couldn't move fast enough if you did a boosted attack. Maybe that would have hit if I had put some stats into my melee tracking, but I kind of doubt it. Well, we've got an S rank for it, so that's something, right? Give me my GPO 1. I'll take that. I'll take the... I'm pretty sure it's the GM. Oh, God. Okay, so they say Valwalo, but it's the Valvaro or whatever. This thing is vicious. This thing is vicious and rude. So I am not looking forward to this very much. I'm doing okay, but I need to put some points into my defensive stats so I don't take massive amounts of damage. Okay. Yes, it is a sub-weapon. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So we're gonna crank stats into this thing. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. In fact, I wanna make these things count. So I'm actually going to put my ally here. I think there's another mission where I have to collect boxes, and it might in fact be this one. The only difficulty with this, the GM Cannon 2, is that it is slow, and that its super is a controllable Garobi that you're using against things that move very quickly. So if you don't catch them with it early, you're going to waste the whole damn thing, which we will surely do once or twice. Here you can see the full Vernian in its natural habitat. Also uses sniping mechanics. Oh no, it's not a... Yeah! How did that hit me? So that's going to happen a lot. You're probably wondering what just happened there. Well, the Valvaro has a bunch of goddamn electric net things. And those will kill you. Those will kill you, but good. So we got to do this without getting hit by those. They're huge. They home in. They're hard to dodge. All in all, not a pleasant customer. Fortunately, we've got a lot of beam cannon shots, and we are actually getting most of those on target, which is great. And it's reloading reasonably quickly, so... Him going invincible like that is less than ideal, because he regained a lot of health, and we lost our ally, so it was a... Wait a minute. That's a failure. What's going on? I don't know what happened, but it considered that a win, and I'm going to take it as such. Moving right along. And now we get the GPO one, which once we put some stats into it, we'll actually be able to do these missions here pretty nicely. Actually, now is a good time to probably fight Gato, because we can kill him with this. We can kill his ass. Or, you know, his face. We can just generally killerate him. So yeah, as you can see, it has pretty large stats. And it has, you can see that text box down in the lower right-hand corner where there are 4 boxes and one of them is filled with characters. That, I believe, it's the same here. So it's, I believe it has a Garobi too. Big old puking beam. Which is why we should probably just start using it right the heck now. Though the GM Cannon 2 is quite capable of doing things. But it is better that we get some stats in this puppy early rather than late. So that's what we're doing. So this is it says beam rifle. It's a big old beam gun. Big old beam gun. Which we are going to be taking advantage of here. I'm probably gonna max out its stats and then work on the other stuff. So if this goes sideways, I'll probably use the GM cannon instead, so I can just plink things, one-shot them from a distance, because the GM cannon can do that. Oh wow. Let's restart, because we got hit way too early with that. I was the wrong button, but it's okay. I'm gonna try that again. That was terrible. He was just like, "Are you shooting at me, bruh?" Blonk. Giant bazooka to the face. No, seriously, it's called a giant baz, I think. Or do these use Rakuten bazes? These might use Rakuten bazes, I tell a lie. There's of course terrain in the way, so now I have to wait for that thing to reload. Crap. I don't honestly know why this thing has a bullpup machine gun in addition, other than it had one in the show, but it has one. It has a beam rifle, an actual proper beam rifle at that. Okay. Not gonna be hit by that. Out the box, we already have quite a bit of maneuverability, which is nice. That's right. The other thing I want to do here is those. I can do charged attacks now because I'm going to kill them. Ah, no! I missed. That didn't miss, so I think we got him. That went pretty well. Now we just have to survive this next part without taking hits. And I think we'll be all set, really. I'm going to do that a lot because we're just earning SP back from each kill, so that it winds up evening itself out. So it's a big old shooty beam. There we go. Making progress and headway. Plus this is going to earn us a bunch of points, which is good. Gonna finish topping this thing up. Yeah. I'm also going to want to put points into its regular beam rifle because that's going to be our workhorse gun. The beam cannon is going to be what we use when we want something dead, like now. I'm going to use that a lot with SP attacks because that will make it more likely to one-shot stuff. And then I'm going to start pumping stats into actual stats. I can ignore the bullpup machine gun. I can ignore the beam saber because I'm not going to be doing much melee with it if I can avoid it. I'm going to be, unless something is reloading, in which case, okay, maybe. The shield, I generally ignore those anyway. Its shield is not particularly strong, but it's there. It's extra health. Mostly it'll probably be just into the regular stats, really. But we're going to have to get real nice and comfy in this damn thing, because we're going to be using it a lot. This is what we're going to be doing most of the time, is GPO1. Until we get the full Vernian, then we're going to be doing the full Vernian a lot, and I'll probably have to go and replay some missions to get that up to par. This is not yet even where things get crazy. This is like still really, really light-hearted stuff for 0083. So, and I am now going to start with this one because it is way out there and I don't want to have to deal with it later. He did. So yeah, I think if I can keep the Albion and Midia from taking any damage at all, that's not good. That's crap. Oh no. Oh no. Well. So Midia's taken a bunch of damage, which I didn't want. And I didn't want to hit the side of that building either. There we go. Ah, we did enough. We did okay. I'm alright with this. Now I'm still not sure. Well, this run ought to be fine because we're just going to be plinking with this beam rifle and we should be killing everything in one go. In fact, my confidence is telling me I can get away with this, which is a bad sign. I'm going to switch to the beam cannon as quickly as I can, and then just basically plink away using my SP. Oh, I don't even have to do that. I just aim and shoot. Ooh, his shield ate that. That's not good. Should be more enemies. Maybe not? Did we really kill them all that quickly? It's possible. There he is. Problem solved. He did. That should be an S. Actually, it could be a double S. It's a single S, and I'm not sure what I needed to do to make sure that was maybe a little faster. I don't know. You can't really do it much faster than that, but it's okay. Some of these are really hard to get as double S ranks. When in doubt, you didn't kill something that you could have. In which case, you can sometimes get rid of your ally, and that'll help. Okay. I'm actually going to build my defense stats somewhat evenly. For a multitude of reasons, namely because they are going to be throwing both beam and physical attacks at me, and I want to be prepped for both. Okay. I don't care about getting double S ranks. Those are post-game. Those are running around with the new Gundam double fin funnel. And just super attacking at everything and just eliminating the map. That is what that is for. We don't worry about that. Alright, so we need to keep this thing from dying. I think it's a souped up Magellan. I think. Oh, I didn't switch weapons. I thought I had. So space is where this gets a little trickier. Because things don't have the same predictability of movement and will come at you from different angles. But for the most part, our basic strategy is going to work for this. Don't shoot at me. Get out of here. We defend that thing. I'm making this look easy. It is. There's going to be a point towards the end where this is not going to work. Just checking the map to... There we go. Very good. That GM custom back there, he could be in peril. Because a not very nice lady is afoot. Got her. Don't think that's going to be an S rank because I let our boy Captain Burning take too much damage, but he did survive, which is good. Well, we got an S rank, which is great. And we got him as a pilot. How cool. Strictly speaking, though, I don't think we saved his life, per se. We just kept him from dying, if that makes any sense. Okay, it's mobility. Yes, yes, yes. Defense stats. Thruster, thruster. I think this is radar. That's balance, so I can ignore balance. I can ignore... I don't even remember what that one is. What is that one? What are you? Turning speed. Turning speed I don't care about. I do care about thrusters, though, because those I'm going to use a lot, but I also care about range. So I'm going to bump up my radar. We don't have the full Vernian yet. It's not for a while. That's not until towards the end. Right when it gets horribly outclassed is when they give it to us. But it's good enough. We do okay. Dracies. I love these things. These things are cool. Oh, I forgot there was a camphor here. Oh, geez Louise. He's hurting my Salamis. Don't take that out of context now. There we go. That went okay. That Camphor put in work, though. That Camphor didn't frig around. We still got an S rank, so I don't care. And we don't get much for most of this run. And it's a lot of little missions, kind of just stuff they throw at you. I think this is when we start having to worry about the Naval Review. That's coming up. It's coming up. Oh, I can feel it in my bones. And we have to defend the Naval Review from Gato, who has been given orders to go and nuke it. Gato has a hard-on for honor, and thus we here at Mecha Mondays don't actually like him very much. We think he's a little stupid, to be honest. Seema, on the other hand, while a backstabbing, two-timing person of ill repute, at least is looking out for number one and is very honest about that. And we admire that in anybody, really, let alone military-minded, confirmed ace pilot. Doing a lot of charged attacks here to just make sure these things die instead of having to shoot them twice. We don't have to. We can do that. We're still doing okay. It's no big yet. No big deal yet. He just blocked that. He didn't care. He didn't care about none of it. Oh shit. This is some sort of an ace pilot, and I don't like him. Get out of my house, dude. Ow. Yikes, they got close. Okay, there's point A. There's point B. Very good. I like going the B route first, because if I can get an S rank on the B route, that's a lot less work later, having to go and uncover the B route. That can be a bit of a... that can be a colossal pain in the ass. Alright, so we defend things here. Okay. Just have him snipe that through the wall. Ain't no big thing. One of the other things going for us in this era is that we actually have lots of firepower now, and we are often going up against Xeon remnants that do not have top-of-the-line technology, to put it kindly. Oh, not quite how I wanted that to go. That went fairly well. And the defense target survivalated, so that's nice. I think after this we get the GPO, the full Vernian. But of course we've got Gato to worry about. Blah blah blah, Xeon blah. Blah blah blah, glory blah. Blah blah blah, honor blah. And mass murder ensues. Thanks for being a genocidal prick. Good on you, Gato. Now we get to kill him, so that's good. Gato! Inbound in 3, 2, 1. God damn it, not again. Gato! We don't care. We're just going to shoot him a lot. We have a big high-powered beam cannon. We're going to hit him with it mercilessly, and he's dead. So that's good. I left points on the table, but it still gave me an S rank, so I don't care. I don't care. And I got a promotion. I got the promotion. And apparently a Gelgoog of some kind. I forgot that it gave me one of those. That's fine. I don't mind. I'll take a Gelgoog, right? We'll take Gelgoogs here. Gelgoogs are cool. Technically a higher spec, aren't they, than the RX-78 too, if memory serves. Which makes them pretty freaking boss. Yeah, go with 15 rounds. Unless I can get it so it shoots forward. No, I can't. Oh, that's not the stat I want to be bumping anyway. I want to be bumping that stat. Jeez Louise. Where are you? Some sort of Gelgoog. Where are you? Gelgoog M. It gave me a Gelgoog Marine for free. Oh, don't they like capture one after the naval review or something? I don't remember now. It's okay. Unfortunately, it's given to us after we've already got the GPO one, which is better in every conceivable way. Oh well. Thanks, Anaheim Electronics. Go back to building the Galbaldi beta or something. Was that Anaheim? I don't remember. Some of the deepest lore stuff for the 1 year war in post is lost on me because I don't remember. Mostly because there's so much of it. There's a lot of shit that's supposed to go down in a very tight time period. Oh, I didn't kill him. He must have guarded. You can also do SP charge shots when there's no ammo in your gun, which is another huge advantage. You don't have to worry about reloading. I'm mostly doing SP attacks here so that I can just kill things early. And because we've got this beam cannon, we can actually do that. And now we've got thruster speed for days. We move quickly so we can dodge things. It is going to mean absolutely nothing after this, because I think this is where we get the full Vernian anyway. Thankfully, they're only coming at us in pairs until right about there. I want to get this dude first. Get out of here. No, seriously, get out of here. There we go. Got him. I want to turn around. There we go. Now just boosting away on thrusters, looking at my mini-map and praying. There we go. All right. I think we have a encounter with Gato here as well, which we can use to chip away his health in the latter stage, but we really don't need to. Ah, he's through a wall. Shoot at him. So even Ko Uraki had the full Vernian by this point, so we're putting in work with an objectively inferior machine because we're just that good. I'm gonna kill these dudes. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Get. Oh, don't do that. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's just, you know, a lot of really frenetic stuff being thrown at me all at once. It's not a big deal. I'm taking out its turrets first because I have spite. Okay, that's enough of that. Go home. Get out, Space Noid. Get out. We're just gonna beam cannon him to death. We don't care. That's gonna hit his shields. He's dead. This gives me an A. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. Oh, okay. We got the, what's it called? The Blue Duel, I think it's called. I forgot that was in here, to be honest. It's better than the Gelgoog Marine. It is, actually. It's a lot better. But it is not better than what we have now, I'm afraid. Okay, technically it has slightly better stats, but the point stands. Better guns are generally a bit more important. I really don't have to max either of these stats, but I'm going to do it because it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. In fact, it'd probably be better not to worry about them, so I'm gonna actually take points out of those and pump them into this puppy. Here we go. And that is how you make a really solid beam gun. In fact, we'll be able to use this for a while. We'll be able to use this instead of this beam cannon, but we are going to use the beam cannon instead. Because it is good. It is strong. Hold the phone. Alright, so we didn't get the full Vernian from that one. We must get it from one of these. Oh, Levion Rose. Maybe that's when we get it. We get it late. I know that. I know we get it late. Like, it is not hard to wind up maxing out the GPO one before you get to the end. Because they just don't give you much else to work with. You run into a similar situation with Ayug and Double Zeta. In both Zeta and Double Zeta, actually, come to think of it. Don't hurt my Albion, or I will punch you in the head with a Death Ray. Okay, that's enough of that. You're going down. Peace. It's been real. I'm not farming kills on you anymore. Okay, Albion took a lot of damage there, which is not great. Oh, buddy. Oh, once you miss, that's a problem. Also probably wind up putting points into the Head Vulcans, just so I have a functioning sub-weapon in case everything goes really south and I need to kill something quickly. It's going to be an A rank. Oh, or, you know, a C ranking, because I didn't bleed the, Musai enough. Okay, so let's try that again. Yeah, that's what that was all about, was I didn't bleed the Musai enough. It's fine, it's fine. Be okay. But I won't be happy about it. So Head Vulcans, as you can see, are generally kind of crap. They just are. That's just how Head Vulcans be. Head Vulcan's gonna do how they do. I may have to wind up going back to this one with the full Vernian. We'll see. What I'm going to try doing is taking out the various weapons on the Musai and hoping that I can do that before it causes substantial damage to... Oh shit. The Albion. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, please, please just die. His arm shield was just in the right position there. That was very frustrating. Alright, let's see if that was any better, because it took a bunch less damage. Okay, it's an A. I'll sit with the A. I'll live with it. I think I probably could have bled it for more points, but we're just going to leave it for that, because we got we got a life here. We have things to do, and we don't have all that much time to get them done, because the last couple missions are monstrous. They are very tricky. They are none too simple, I'm afraid. I want that maxed more than I want anything else maxed. Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. This is an A rank difficulty. The hot area. I don't actually remember this mission. Charge attack on him, but I did. It's okay. We're just gonna kill things as best we can, as long as we can. This Rickdom 2, I believe, is like some character in Encounters in Space or something. They've got a lot of that. There's a lot of that in here. It's kind of like the ultimate Gundam Side Stories title. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Just a regular beam shot. Nothing serious. Okay, Musai's down. Let's see how we did. A rank, I'm guessing. Oh, give me an S. I'll take it. I'll take it. Again, not very many units to unlock in this era, I'm afraid. Again, I'm gonna get my head Vulcan a bit better. Just in case, because I can go and whip that thing out at a moment's notice. So to speak, so to speak. I don't want to get near the target point. Yeah, this is a multi-parter. And we want to kill a lot of enemies. Another one. Just blocking my shots. I wish they wouldn't do that. Draw C's move very quickly, so me having him do a super there is kind of just a pot shot. Maybe he'll hit him, maybe he won't. The AI sometimes makes shots that I don't believe should. Alright, so we go to point B, because again I like doing point B first, or B routes first, just to get them out of the way. And worry about... Yeah, here we go. Here he is again, this Rickdom 2 guy. I think it's the ace. I don't remember who it is, I have no memory. No, it's not him. It's just a Rickdom 2. This is, I believe, where they're trying to do the actual Operation Stardust after crippling the Federation fleet. They being Axis, or whatever these guys are. Xeon Remnants. Oof, that shield. We're gonna use our fancy new head Vulcans on hit. There we go. Oh, no, I don't want this thing to survive. It's toast. I'm going to keep telling him to do super attacks so that he boosts his super attack stat. So my long-term plans for this particular stream subset is to do all factions, which I think should be doable. It'll just take a while. It's going to be a couple of weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take to get through all of these. All right, an S rank off the bat, so I don't have to worry about rerunning it. Give me my Fulvernian. Thank you. Now we can start worrying about ranking up the Fulvernian. There are going to be points in time where I'm going to want to switch to... Did I max out the head Vulcan? No, I did not. There we go. It's 36 bullets now. I'm going to switch back to the regular GPO one because I have so many points in it. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see a set of numbers. The 66 points is the amount of tune points I have available on me at the moment. The 12,194 is the amount of tune points I have invested, and the 16,861 points is the maximum amount I can invest in it right now. Now, what happens when you max out the tune points? Well, you, at that point, basically play with the mech for, I think, an additional 10 mission runs. Any mission will do. It can be the shortest one in the game. Sortie 10 times. And then you unlock, and I think you only get it after you've beaten the game once, gone through all the way to Char's counterattack, but I'm not 100% positive. You unlock overtuning, and you can tune all the way to max stats. So to give you an idea of what that would look like, it would look like if I did this, except going all the way up. Is there a single stat I can do? There we go. It says 98, but just pretend that says 99. It'll go up to 99. I think I'm going to put my remaining points into my shield just in case. Yeah. Okay, so now we have the Fulvernian, which is like the regular GPO-1, but boostier. And it has a different super attack, and I don't remember what's different about it. I think it's also space only, so I can't do it on ground stuff, which sucks. As before, we are going to boost this thing to the 9s. Because it's good. That's why. 720, is that better or worse? It is worse. We'll be okay. It has a better beam rifle, though, I think. Mostly it's just better stats. It's just a better unit. Okay. Moving right along. Now we're going to do basically the same thing we did before, plinking away at things. And then we're going to take the A route instead. We're going to make sure to kill everything first, because that's important. Mostly the full Vernian is just better out of the box. I think maybe if they ever do another Gundam Battle game for the Universal Century, please God, yes. That would make my friggin' life. I don't even care what system it would be on. I would find a way to get it. Unless it was like the PS5, then I'd probably have questions, because I don't think that's going to be ready for prime time when it first comes out. Yeah, I'm not killing things in one shot, so it is doing somewhat less damage, which is not great. So, head Vulcans will auto-target, as you've noticed. Do a super attack. Show me what it's like. It's a big swooshing attack. He attacks things. It's a melee damage thing, I think. Okay, so now we go to A point and hope that that bit of damage we took does not affect my score too badly. So here, I believe, is where they are, again, trying to colony jack. Steal a colony and chuck it at Earth. And we get to see the GPO-3 early, which is nice. I do not believe we see the new Zeal yet. The GPO-3 winds up being very good, even later in the game compared to other high-end mobile armors. It's quite strong. It's got a lot going for it. It winds up moving very quickly, though. Okay, now for the tricky part. Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, Part 2 Electric Boogaloo! So it's got eye fields, which isn't great because I've got a beam gun, a big old beam cannon, and that isn't going to do a whole hell of a lot to it. I don't want to go there. Wait, did he escape? Oh, shoot. I think my ally is the one who needed to escape. Yeah, here he is. I don't know that that's going to be an S rank because I think I left points on the table. Ah, I take it. I take it. I take it. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm going to give this one another shot, even though I really don't want to. This mission sucks. Yes, okay, very good. I do have the fourth shot. So this stat, way at the bottom here, can't do anything about. I won't be able to max it out because it's overtuned, but if I get this all the way up, and if I could undertune things, I could show it off better. If I could get this all the way to the top at 99, I would be able to shoot 2 shots with it. In fact, to show you what that would look like. It Takes a lot to do it. It's very expensive per point. There we go. So I can shoot 2 shots in a volley with this thing if I were to sortie like this. I'm not going to do that. And notice that took basically all my points in order to do that. So it's not exactly what you'd call practical. Okay. Alright, we've got a bunch of points to work with here. There we go, we maxed that out, no problem. I also want to max this out if I possibly can. This thing can shoot, once you upgrade it, 5 shots in a volley, which is kind of huge. Kind of a big deal. I'm gonna boost my health a bunch. Because I need it for some of these upcoming missions. I'm going to give this this Levian Rose one more shot as the GPO-1 full Vernian, and then we're going to try and clean up the last few missions in this timeline. I don't think I'm going to get an S rank for this. That's okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the Musai ASAP. As soon as it shows up, I'm going to kill it. The Albion's already taken too much damage to make it worthwhile. I needed all my... Well, with slightly better SP generation, I should be okay then. To do this one again if I need to. The ideal is you get this thing cleared without losing any health on the Albion. But good luck doing that. That's probably going to still be an A. Yeah. The alternative is that I am leaving points on the table and I need to bleed that thing for as much as I can, and that's just not my idea of a good time. So as you can see, that's an S rank difficulty. This is not as easy as it sounds. So for this mission, we have to escort Seema, sort of, because she's defecting or whatever. She's looking out for number 1, is what she's doing, which, again, fairly admirable to an extent. This one is radar. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I need to worry about survivability stats. These ones. And I believe beam, beam resistance is pretty important because there's a lot of it. A lot of beamy things about. And we want to make sure that we do not get hit or take as little damage from them as we possibly can. An alternative is that instead of putting stats into my actual mecha, certainly by the time I get the defensive stats filled out for this, I'm probably going to just start dumping extras into here to boost its damage, so that it goes into purple or pink, which is over-tuning. There's also under-tuning you can do later after you've, I think, cleared the game once. You can under-tune things, pull points rather out of existing stats, and put them into other things, which we do for any weapon that we're just never going to use, like the bullpup machine gun. That's very useful there. So what I'm trying to do is do a boost hop every time I shoot, just to make sure that I'm staying ahead of the curve as far as incoming projectiles are concerned. It has held me in good stead. Gelgoog M is Seema, and we do not want it to die. It took a big hit there. But wait, it wasn't actually Seema after all. She doesn't give a shit. She's not a nice person, to be kind. enough out of you. I don't remember if she's the one I need to kill here, or if that is... Oh, shit. Okay, and now we start shooting things on these to chip away at them. They do not, unfortunately, give you much in terms of juice. Again, I can get close to these ships, they don't care. Okay, hell with this. We don't want to let the Lily Marlene escape, and it hasn't. We took probably more damage than we needed to there. But we got an S rank, so it does not matter to Fragath. We are not going to get anything especially fancy still for quite some time. Some of these additional maps that we're getting, I believe, are extra missions. There is no easy way for me to check that other than by going to the extra tab. No, I'm not seeing them there. Oh, because that's not the extra tab. We don't have extra missions available yet. But that, I believe, is where they're being unlocked. Also, in like these co-op areas, there's a co-op mode, which is pretty boss. Okay, so now we have the solar ray weapon that the Feddies are constructing to take out this colony-jacked colony. And they're sending Gato, the insipid dupe that he is, to stop it. We ain't having it. We're gonna blow his ass up. Or his, arms. We might blow his arms up, too. We're good at that. Gato is not long for this world. We are approaching the end of the game here. Or the end of this section, I should say. The end of the 0083 Stardust Memory section, and we are indeed going to get a rendition of Men of Destiny at some point. It will hopefully not be playing long, because if it does, it'll mean that we're taking way too long to kill these guys, and that's less than ideal. It's less than ideal, isn't it? It's less than ideal. This is range targeting, and we want to boost that. We don't really need to, though. So I'm gonna dump more stats into this, see what we can eke out. See if we can eke out a few more blissful bits of damage there with that gun. Sing it with me. Lots of Rick Dom 2s, you're probably noticing. It's because that's like all they've got left is basically Rick Doms, because that's what they escaped with. That, some Gelgoogs, and a couple Zakus, which they proceeded to retrofit to mostly upgun and make them capable of doing anything, really. I did take an early hit there, which I would have preferred not to have taken. Ooh, he's close. Mostly we want them to be far away, so we don't have to worry about getting hit much. Yeah, I generally won't attack with absurdly long-range stuff. We're going to hold up a sec and wait for B to appear, because we want to do Route B instead. boost there. We're at the B route. Now, you're probably wondering, are there always only two? Yes, there are always only two in this game. In Gundam Seed Battle Destiny on the Vita, which I would love to stream, that game is a blast, there's actually a third route option that appears twice. Twice per file/campaign run, which allows you to switch factions, which is not quite as straightforward as this one is, but you figure it out after you're like, oh, why did my mecha roster just change dramatically? Okay, now for the hard part, which is killing this dude. Preferably before he does anything truly terrible to that spaceship. I missed. I'm gonna hit him with Vulcans because that'll actually hurt his HP. Sweet. That, I'm astounded that he didn't kill that vessel. I'm astounded. He should have done it. We may get an S rank first try for this. I'm not going to hold my breath because I've taken a lot of damage. Defense target survives. That's pretty good. Normally Gato just shreds that thing to pieces. He doesn't care. He gets right up in its grill and hacks it apart. So that it survived is nothing short of a miracle. Here we go. And you can see he's lost a chunk of health because we just messed him up last round. Oh! Most of that hit my shield, which is good. Yeah, no. Head Vulcan to death. Just took out a mobile armor with my head machine guns. No big deal. Ace of Stardust Memory coming through. Get out. So that's hard because all my heavy hitting weapons are beam weapons, and the eye field just eats those for breakfast. It doesn't care. You'll also notice the huge amount of tune points we just got from that. I think after this we get the GPO3, right? Or is there another mission? I thought those were just extras. Maybe we have to A rank. Yeah, there's another one after this. Okay, never mind. Even Men of Destiny 2, even more Men of Destiny. Okay, we're going to pump the damage up on that so we just don't have to... Actually, we can dump the points into our bullpup machine gun to kill him, Mo Gooder. Can't we? We sure can. We sure can do that. And our Head Vulcan, because we've got the spare points. Not that the Head Vulcan is going to do us a whole lot of sput. Actually, I'm going to pull points from this and dump it into the Beam Saber so that my super attack does a honkin' chunk more damage, which we want. And now I can put them back in here. That's good enough. It didn't give us the GPO3. I want to do at least one run with the GPO3. I think that's post. You get it after you clear all the missions in this timeline. But I've got to do Route A here in any event. So that is what we're going to do. Mostly by shooting these guys down like moths who are coming to my giant Minovsky-focused particle beam type weapon arrangement. It's a big old beam gun. Shoots purple shit. Well, pink, really, but still, you get the point. Is that it? That's it. Now we boost straight for it. Zoom. Yes, it has kind of goofy clown shoes, but it doesn't matter. The thing is a boss. The plot of Stardust Memory is a shambles, but the actual animated portions of the series are quite sick. It's very pretty. It's of an era that we just don't really get like that anymore. Oh wow, its shield just ate that whole thing. That's fine. You could very well think that, my dear, but I couldn't possibly comment. Now, the disadvantage of going A route... Oh no, we do have to fight him twice. Never mind. I lied. I was about to tell absolute slanderous nonsense. Okay, let's super attack you to death. Let's see if that chases you off. Get back here, you! Ah, did that not connect? Ow! Ah, it hurts! It hurts! Oh! Please super attack him. It would be nice. Ah, good, thank you. Eesh. That it? We good? I think we're good. And now I think I don't know what defense target we had, but it's survived. Oh, it's like the control sub-vessel for the solar ray system, I think. Just a giant parabolic mirror. Men of Destiny 2. More men, more destiny. SP attack him, please. Thank you. I can incidentally shoot his arms. I can do that. It does me no real good, other than make it so that they stop shooting at me a bit earlier. Okay, now you're dead. Peace out, bruh. Got him. Ah, thank goodness that attacks so quickly. Alright. If that didn't get an S rank, I'm gonna be not upset per se, but disappointed. Yeah, disappointed. Alright, now the finale, which is a big, messy scrum. Yes, we popped that up. We can finish popping you. And now it just basically is, it's stats. You just dump stats into stat-like things for stats. More stats. There we go. Mostly, we're just gonna beam things to death a lot, is what we're gonna do. That's how we roll. The basic strategy you're seeing is what's going to hold us in good stead through much of the game. And we get to murder some war criminals who are low on health because they've been busy war criming and trying to get away with it. And we're not going to have it. It's no big thing. It's just free points at this point. Ah, wow. Yeah, that was a good shot. I deserved that. He tried. Okay, that shield has to go. You're going to need to stop. You're going to need to stop. They're trying to escape because they're war criminals, and war criminals like to get away with being war criminals. We don't like to let war criminals get away with being war criminals. I'm going to say war criminals again. Oh, look, here's a really big war criminal, and I do mean large. He is a very sizable war criminal indeed, and he has caused me some pain. Okay, Gato. Enough is enough. Are you dead yet? I think he's dead. Goodbye, war criminal. He's supposed to cause more problems than that, and I'm glad he didn't. I'm very happy that he did not. Now we basically just sit here killing, it's a turkey shoot. It's a turkey shoot. I don't remember if there are multiple parts to this mission. It appears there are not. Got an S rank for it though, so it's a freebie. So, ultimately, their plan to chuck a colony at Earth again, because that's what war criminals and mass murderers and genociders do, sort of succeeds. The intended target was like, I think Jaburo, but it winds up instead kind of breaking up over the atmosphere and ultimately obliterates the entire corn belt and wheat belt of the United States of America, which is bad. All right, so now I already unlocked the Titans, but we're going Titans route because we don't like friggin' Space Noids. We're gonna bully some Space Noids. Actually, the main reason we're going Titans is because Titans have a much cooler lineup of suits than Aug does. We've unlocked the ability to use SFS units in 0083. I don't know what that means, and we've gotten the GPO3 because we're cool. So to show off how the GPO3 do, because it do what it do so well. So yeah, that final mission is indeed just as anticlimactic as it looked. It is just kill a bunch of dudes in a turkey shoot, because that's how you do. And here's the GPO3. Massive stats, and yeah, we're gonna have our ally use it, duh, because it's awesome. It can't use SFS units, because that would be stupid. Because it's gargantuan. Why would it use some dinky platform it can't even fit its feet on? But, you know, you could if you wanted. Let's see. It's projectile resistance. It's thrusters we don't care about. Just put it. Let's just put it in there. Yeah, we're good. That's it can do a melee attack. That's what this is. This is a melee attack here. You can increase its accuracy by overtuning, which we're not going to do. It's its beam. That's its beam's accuracy. And that is, I think, its reload time. I'm going to get rid of all that. This thing is kitted, as they say. It has the guns. It has all the guns. It has more guns and missiles than it needs, and that's fine with us here on Mecha Mondays. It's got a Mega Beam Cannon, which goes choo. It's got Big C missiles, which stand for really big. Big honkin'. Practically tumescent. It's got micro missiles, which miss a lot because they just kind of whiz around like crazy, so we will jack up the accuracy on those. The Big C missiles also have accuracy problems, as I recall. The bomb wire exists. You'll hit things with it sometimes. It explodes. It's no big. The beam saber, which is a big chungus, as the kids say nowadays. It is a huge beam saber. We really don't have to worry about stats. Right now, we're just gonna... The biggest difficulty is remembering that it moves all the time. It moves all the time. It is like a shark. It smells blood. It is like a shark. It is going to go for things. It is going to kill them. It is going to keep moving. It can never, ever, ever, ever stop. Because it's just a giant rocket covered in guns. And that's all right. With its big C missiles, there's nothing phallic about them at all. And our micro missiles, which will hopefully hit more than they miss, because we've ramped up its accuracy. Flying this thing around, I am, again, constantly moving. I can't help it. It is just how it is. Do I need to crank up my radar? Oh, that's fine. Let's see. Dead. And now we shoot more. Just look at all the... This bad boy can blow up so many war criminals. It's pretty magnificent. I want him to use... Please use a super attack and kill them. Thank you. Unfortunately, it doesn't do the ramming attack that the against the oh, what's it called? Ah, what's her name? Against the Gerbera Tetra that he does in the series, which is cool, where he just kind of rams the barrel into her and just lets her have it. Okay, it didn't take much damage, and we got an S rank, so winning. Winning. Wow, and we are ahead of schedule, folks. It's not a very long section. Zeta's section, on the other hand, is long. So I may need to start on that now just to start chipping away, but my time is pretty limited. You can't, again, bring it with you yet. There is no era, cross-era shenanigans. But yeah, that's the 0083 route. Oh, fine, we'll get started. Why not? Why not? It starts us off with complete garbage. We have a GM2, which is trash. We have a Hyzak, which is also trash. I don't remember what attacks they each have, but I prefer the Hyzak Titans. And we are going to put points into our stats so that we aren't terrible off the get. We are going to get... Playing as the Titans is like playing as Xeon. You get mechs like every other mission. You're getting new mobile suits. So you wind up having to decide, am I going to settle on one and keep leveling it up, or am I going to have to go and... Come on, move. Thank you. So we start off with pretty trashy stuff here. Or am I going to have to go back and grind a bit? The answer is grind a bit. You're going to have to grind a bit. It's going to happen. I think we get the Titans variant, Mark II, to keep early on. Get out of here. Go home, Space Noids. No. Don't run away. Don't you dare. Ugh. Ah, don't do that. So, because it's piloted by a plot-relevant character, he got away. He had invulnerability, so we're going to do that again eventually, not early on. So, basic premise of what's going on right now is, in the wake of the events of 0083 Stardust Memory, the Earth Federation has basically said Space Noids are obviously up to no good all the time. They're filled with war criminals, so let's form ourselves a counter-insurgency, anti-terrorist group that'll cover the Earth sphere and call them the Titans and give them carte blanche to do whatever the hell they want. They're like Space Ice, and they are incredibly bad dudes. They're given more power than they absolutely should as an organization, and they are more than willing to use that power. So, as a result, there's now something called the Anti-Earth Union Group, which are the AEUG, which have among their illustrious members such famous figures as Bright Noah. He shouldn't have escaped. So this is going to be like a D rank, but no big. We're not going to worry about this mission until much later because we're just not going to be able to deal with it. Yeah, it's a D rank. That's absolutely atrocious. But we're going to move on. Yes, it did give us the Mark II. That helps. We're going to be using that mostly until we get stuff like the Marasai. The Marasai is a beast. The Marasai is very good. It's got missiles, it's got beams, it's got more beams. Mostly missiles, though. It can transform, it's got a lot of health. The Goplant is also pretty good. When we get the Hambrabi, that's all we're going to use pretty much until the end. Even after we get the except for except for the Pallas Athene. Once we get the Pallas Athena, whatever, that's what we're going to be using a lot. But I think we get the Hambrabi before then. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure now that I think of it. We're not going to worry about doing the charge attack boogie, charge attack shuffle, like we were doing before. Yeah, we're VO is good, but it's mostly like a stat stick. It's got a lot of high stats, so it's able to move very quickly, but it doesn't have a lot of toys. And we want the toys. Oh, do we want the toys? Some of the toys that the Titans get are spectacular. If we can get the Psycho Gundam Mark II before the end of the game, that is what we're going to focus on, because the Psycho Gundam Mark II is just killer. You'll notice I've said this is what we're going to use from now on. And like 5 times, there's a lot of good units that the Titans get. They perform abysmally in the show for the most part, but they are quite good in game. We're going to do this second mission, and then I'm probably going to have to call it. So what the AUG was doing in that last mission is they're Gundam jacking. They're stealing. They learned about the Gundam Mark II project, and they are stealing the Gundam Mark II. They have successfully stolen it, and this is, I think, still part of our attempts to prevent them from getting away with it. It's not going to work out too great for us in that regard. The Titans are not remembered well. But we get the Titans Colors Mark II, and that really does make it all worth it. We've got strong beam weapons. We've got a decent bazooka. I don't think it's the clay bazooka. I think yeah, it's just the hyper bazooka. I want to say the AUG Mark II gets the clay bazooka, and the clay bazooka shoots out a bunch of ball bearings, the size of like golf balls or whatever. It's strong. If you can get that range for it right, you can really, really kill things. Okay, we got through there. Maneuvering in these areas kind of sucks, as you can probably guess, and I'm doing it based entirely off the mini-map. One dead Space Noid. Every Space Noid could be a Zeke. We can't have any sympathizers, it's not okay. Yeah, the Rick Diases can pop out these dummies. It's not ideal. They can distract you. They can explode in your face, which is even worse. He did. We want to go back. There we go. I'm going to want to crank up the accuracy on these shield missiles. They're very good because you shoot out several projectiles at once. And once you can get the accuracy up, projectile speed also helps. There we go. Thanks, bud. Take that, Camille. I don't think that is a man's name. I think you're lying. Lots of DACA. Okay, we got an S rank for that, though, so that's okay. I don't think they start giving... Oh, they give me the Garibaldi Beta. Cool. That's kind of pointless, because I've got the Mark II. Although the Garibaldi Beta, I think it's an early model Feddies rifle, don't it? No? No, it doesn't. Never mind. Feddies rifles are kind of beam cannons, much like, or these high-powered beam weapons, kind of like the pink thing that I was using a lot, is the GPO-1, except they're yellow beams instead of pink ones. The Galbaldi is fine. It's not bad. It has a flash attack which can be useful for stunning an enemy that's nearby, and then you melee it to death. Um, but the Mark II is better. It's also got a lot more room for stats, which is good. Probably raise my defenses about evenly because they are... Come on, there we go. Once I get these defensive stats up, it's got enough mobility on its own, I think, to compete adequately with what I need it to do. I'm going to probably cram accuracy points into there, as well as projectile speed, which I think is this one here. Because that's going to make it a lot easier to hit with hittles instead of missiles, as I have said more than once, and is terrible, but I'll keep on doing. Beam rifle technology, it's showing 424, which is a bit lower, I think, than the GPO-1 had, the full Vernian. But beam rifle technology has advanced quite substantially in the intervening time because we now have magazines for beam weapons. They don't necessarily have to be hooked into the mobile suit's power supply. The other big technological leap that has occurred, and it's what makes the Gundam Mark II noteworthy, is that instead of using the core block system, using core fighters and the like, which every Gundam up until now has used, they're starting to use a more solid, movable, agile system with better response times. I believe that is the movable frame system that they're building in there, and it's somewhat experimental, but it's making them more maneuverable. Makes them react, makes mobile suits, that is, they're more maneuverable. They can react faster, and I think as a result, they're also better armored. They don't have the same delicate connecting components that you have to worry about with the core fighters and the like. So it's a pretty significant technological hop. And then we're going to start seeing transformable mechs, which I think are only possible as a result of the movable frame. Oh, heck, let's do this one. I think this is one where we have to defend G3. Because we're the Titans, and we know what's best for Earth, and we're really nice dudes, we go around gassing colonies just like the Zeeks. But we're not war criminals. We're doing it to combat terrorism and immigrants or whatever. So we have to keep these conical things from being blown up. Because we've got to, there's a bunch of terrorists in this thing, and we've got to gas them. Gotta gas the terrorists. Seriously, though, real talk, the Titans are freaking horrible people. Got a little head machine gun thing. It's not very good because it doesn't shoot multiple bullets at once. Oh, we've got a hyper bazooka, which we're going to use a lot. It's not killing them very well. I'm trying to remember if the Rick Diases have the movable frame or if there's just the wing binders for them, which act as like better AMBAC systems or whatever. Okay, so they have blown one up. That's not great. So there's like, what is his name? Roberto and Napoli? Yeah, we needed to do better there, but it's okay, because they're not really going to throw... Oh, we got the Messala already. That's excellent. I love this thing. This thing is just... God. I live for this mech. This is the kind of... This is the kind of mecha that I live for. Yeah, I'm going to go hedge my bets with better beam defense, because you basically have to deal with beam weapons exclusively. It does have slightly lower stats, but it has great weapons. In fact, this thing looks like it's deceptively weak main gun. It is not. It is very strong because it shoots two of them. So that number you see there, that 525, which is the damage, it's double that amount. It is twice that because it shoots two. Now, it doesn't always connect with both, but it's pretty good, Chief. Pretty good. And we're going to use it. We're going to use it a lot because we can do the charge beam boogie. We're going to do this one more time and hope that we can... Also, it's a transformable mecha, so... I'm not a huge fan of transformable and variable mechas, but the ones in Zeta are really cool. I didn't want to do that. Please, please do a super attack. And we shoot him a lot. We don't like him or his kind. He's a filthy space noid. He's about to get away. Oh god. Thank you. He escaped anyway. God damn it. Oh yeah, and we have melee attacks? Yeah. We have pretty decent melee too. I'm gonna take care of his friend Apolly first though. We don't have a shield, which is a bit problematic. Yeah, he's gonna get away. Oh, no, he's not. So it's still gonna be like a C ranking, because A, we got hit, and B, people got away, and that's not okay. Oh, we got an A ranking. I'll take that. I'll take that. And we got Jared Mesa, because he's not one of the worst pilots ever. Okay, I am going to have to call it good at that for now, though. I'm going to save the game real quick and make sure that is kept. We're going to not worry about... actually, I'm going to go back and redo this one, I guess. I guess that's what I'm doing. We're going to keep juicing this gun up, because it's good. It hits hard. That's going to be our... Yeah. The, what's it called? Gabthley is another one we're probably going to use a lot. The Gabthley is pretty great too, as is... But the Hambrabi is the one, as is the Gapland, but the Hambrabi is a big one, mostly because its super attack is phenomenal. It shoots out a giant electric net that hits everything very easily, stuns enemies, so that they are a lot more likely to stop being terrorists. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I would like. So in order to transform, which I will do presently, got him. Yeah, they're blowing my stuff up. They gotta stop it. They gotta get off my lawn. Okay, we're good. I think that's still only an A, but I'll take the A as opposed to the O. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, that is going to have to be it, though. Those are missions I will get back to later when I have stuff that can just absolutely trounce the mission, like the Psycho Mark II. The Psycho Gundam Mark I is okay. Psycho Gundam Mark I is fine. It's nowhere near as good as the Psycho Gundam Mark II, which is it just puts everything to shame. It is so good. It's got tons of all sorts of wide-ranging weapons for mass destruction or mass terrorist suppression. It's got a giant wire-guided beam front-end loaded rocket punch. It's got more beams. It's durable as hell. And it's awesome. It's great. And I think it's new type only, so I can actually use it and feel special. That's nice. My ally will probably be in a Hambrabi doing Hambrabi things. Hambrabi's really good, though. most of the PMS, the Paptimus Scirocco units, um, are that he develops are or PMX, whatever it is, um, are really good. Almost all of them are quite good, and they tend to outdo what the AUG has pretty much the entire time until they get the Zeta, which is really good. But playing as AUG, you don't get the Zeta till late. You have to make do. You have to make lemonade out of some serious lemons, like the Methus, which is actually okay in this game. You have to make do with things like the Hayakushiki for a very long time. You have to make do with the uh, Gundam Mark II, and eventually the Super Mark II. The Super Mark II is probably what you'll wind up using in the end game, I think, if memory serves. In any case, this has been Mecha Mondays. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? This has been Mecha Mondays, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week. I do have a Warframe Wednesday stream coming up on Wednesday. I've got and then on Saturday I've got the Storytime Saturday stream, and people can enjoy both of those. Other than that, enjoy your week and have a good one. Thanks. Bye.